Hey everybody, my name is Ken. You know who I am. Today is Thursday. I probably should have filmed this yesterday, but I'm filming it today. So, this week's topic, excuse me while I look, sexuality. This week's topic is sexuality. I guess I should say my sexuality? I think that's what they mean. I identify as queer demisexual, which for those who don't really know what that is, I identify as queer instead of pansexual because I really like the term queer. I like what it means, I like really what it stands for, and I feel that identifying as queer brings it back into the community instead of using it as a bad term. To me, queer is I like anyone and everyone, regardless of gender identity, etc. It's just, I like you if I like you, you know? And demisexual is I can only have physical attraction to someone if I have emotional attraction to someone and really feel that like connection, that bond of sexuality is how you identify your sexual orientation. It's like who you're attracted to. Heterosexual means you like people of the opposite sex or gender. Homosexual means you like people of the same sex or gender. There's bisexual, which means you like it, to me, means that you like the two binary genders. Pansexual means that you like all, no matter what gender. There's queer, and there's lots of in-betweens. There's a lot of different ones. I'm not really up to date on the terms, but those are like the basic terms, I'm pretty sure. As for like sexual-wise, there's like there's demisexual. There's also hetero and homosexual. Those also fit with like sexuality. Then there's asexual. As you know, our Wednesday guy is asexual. I don't really know about the other guys. I didn't watch the other guys yet. I'm sorry. Oh my god. The reason why I identify as queer exactly is because I feel like sexuality is fluid. And I didn't feel this way. I used to identify completely as lesbian when I identified as a female. And that's because I really liked girls. And once I found that I did like girls, people who identified as female, that was like a revolution to me. It was like, these are the best creatures on planet Earth, I need to love them and them only. But after I was dating someone who at the time identified as female, and we both ended up coming out as trans together, I realized that I didn't just like females. I just liked people for who they are, no matter what they identify as. And since then, I've been in people who identify as a lot of things, you know? It's like, if you identify as hetero or homo, that is you, that is what you identify as, and I understand that. But I'm not saying that that isn't what you are. I'm saying that people's sexuality is a lot more fluid than most believe at first, in my opinion. And that's because you'll see these people who come out as trans while they're with someone, and the person who they were dating wasn't originally attracted to that gender, but falling in love with the person as what they used to identify as, and then them transitioning, they find that they still love that person. And that means that they do love them as that gender. And that's what I mean by it's like fluid, is that I think people could love anyone. I feel like everyone has the like ability to love outside usually what they identify as. That probably sounds really wrong, and that's not how I mean it, but it's like I really think that people could love everyone, you know? I can understand preferring a gender. I prefer to date females. I do. And I will say that I will say that I prefer dating people who identify as female or people who are more feminine, but at the same time, I find features in my partner every day that are not usually what I would like in people, and I think falling in love with them and realizing that those are things that I have come to love, it makes me love them in other people. So that's what I mean when I say that it's fluid, is that people can learn to love things that they aren't adapted to loving yet. And I think it's human of us to do that. I think it's human of us to want to have a label that really says, this is what I do, this describes me exactly, and I don't really feel like I fit into that. That's not to say that another definition could fit me better. And I feel like with time, with experiences, your sexuality and your gender identity are going to change. Yeah. I feel like that's unavoidable. And as I grow older and older, I see this happening to me and all my friends. Like, I never thought I would date a girl again, like, and here I am. And I'm pretty happy. If people would open their minds more to love, I think people would find that they're a lot more fluid than what they originally identified as. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't really know where I'm going with this. But I love you, and I'm gonna edit this. Yeah. Till next Thursday.